Oh, what a beautiful day it was. 4-0 sweep. Let's talk some more basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and I'm happy. I am happy. The luck was on our side. A 4-0 sweep, hitting the 1.5 unit play, the first one of the season. It was absolutely beautiful. Betting is hard, so it is nice to just enjoy it, celebrate it a little bit, but we will go over the recap in just a little bit like we do every single day. Quick reminder, NFL Week 14 Best Bets video is out now. We give the Week 14 trends. We give our 3 best bets, and we have a plus 489 parlay, so go check that out. The NFL Player Props video for Week 14 will be out late Friday night like usual. So before getting anything, we have a new Jabo MVP. Let's pull it up, and there it is, at Tavon Young 9195. Thank you so much for becoming a Jabo MVP. We really appreciate the support. And if you want to become a Jabo MVP, click that join button below the video. It's never required, but always appreciated. You get some perks with it, prioritize replies, emojis, badges, all that kind of stuff. But really, it just helps support us. Only $2.99 a month. We don't charge for any picks or any Discord or anything like that. So we appreciate everyone who does that. So I'm ready to get into it. You know that any graphics though that you see in this video will be from an app called OUTLIER. It is the best betting research tool on the market today. Click that link below for that 7-day free trial. So we got a 7-game slate today, and we got to start it off with a dad joke. So here we go. As I get older, I think of all the people I've lost along the way. Maybe a career as a tour guide wasn't for me. Not bad. In this video, we're going to recap yesterday. It was a beautiful 4-0 sweep. And then we're going to talk defenses versus the center position. Defense is giving up the most points, rebounds, and assists to the centers, and then the toughest matchups as well. And then we'll give you our best bets and finish it with the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as we are now on our way to 34,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for all the support day in and day out. Let's get this rolling, and that means it's recap time. There it is, 4 beautiful, gorgeous green check marks. Grizzlies -4, half unit, got some luck on our side. They were up by 3. I knew we had a chance with free throws. Kings miss a 3, then they foul, and then they went up 5 by hitting both free throws, luckily, but the Kings decided to throw up like a deep 3 at the buzzer that meant nothing. It was the longest second of that ball being in the air ever, but luckily it bricked, and we won by 5. Devin Vassell over 15.5 points. This was ugly at halftime. I had a lot of people telling me that Vassell is pretty much dead. It's not going to work. It's not happening. And I'm going to be honest, at halftime, I wasn't very confident. He didn't play a ton of minutes. He only had 4 points. And then he turned into Devin Vassell that we know. He lit it up. He only scored 17 in limited minutes. It wasn't bad, but he went crazy, even missing some free throws. We will take it. 1.5 unit winner. Jokic, under 29.5 points. The ending of this was while I was having a family dinner, and I will tell you, that was a stressful dinner for me. I'll just say that. But under 29.5 points did cash. He hit 27, luckily. And then Bradley Beal over 18.5 points, probably the easiest win of the day. He cashed, I think it was the third quarter in that one. That was a half unit added play. So 28 and 12 now on the under player prop tracker. It was a nice 3.5 unit day. We are now 89 and 65, up 12.31 units. And even the side total bets are right around even, which is more than I can say for NFL, that's for sure, for the total bets and sides. But either way, that's the bets recap for Thursday. Let's keep this roll going. But before we get into those best bets, let's talk the big men. All right, we start with the defenses giving up the most points to the center position. Wizards up there 25.1, but we got 2 matchups. Spurs 23.9 facing Domantas Sabonis as they're on the second night of a back-to-back. Both teams are actually, but Sabonis averaging 21 points per game. Spurs giving up almost 24. And then the Bulls facing Miles Turner and the Indiana Pacers. Bulls on the second night of a back-to-back, 23.5 points given up. Turner 15.5 points per game. And then anything highlighted in green are teams or players that are playing today. So that's the points. Take a screenshot. Hopefully it helps you get some winners. And now let's check out the rebounds. And we only got one matchup here. The Warriors facing Rudy Gobert, averaging 11.1 rebounds per game. Warriors giving up about 17 to the center position. And then some other teams and players that are playing. Obviously, Jokic, 13.4. Cat, 13.1, having one heck of a rebounding season. Sabonis, Hartenstein, so on and so on. So take a screenshot there. Now let's check out the assists. And we got the T-Wolves facing Draymond Green. He's been in and out of the lineup, so check to see if he's playing. But 5.9 assists per game for him. And then T-Wolves giving up 4.9. And then there's all the rest of them. Sabonis is playing today, Wet Bananas, Anthony Davis, and Vucevic. So that's what we got to help you with any over props that you want to make. And now let's check out the tough center matchups. And we got, that's right, the Hawks, Blazers, Bucks, and Kings all giving up the fewest points per game to the center position. Hawks and Blazers surprising, but it's been like that for most of the year. And all four of those teams are playing today. And then Magic, fewest rebounds, Knicks, Blazers, T-Wolves, and then the assists over there for whatever that's worth. You know, obviously, assists to centers can mean a little bit, but not a ton, in my opinion. So that's what we got for all the matchups and the numbers for the center position. If you're new to the channel, we do a new position every single day of the week. But now you know what time it is. It's time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to Philly where the 76ers host the Orlando Magic. Magic minus 2.5 total, now 210.5. We took the over 204 2 days ago when these two teams played. This time we're taking a side. Give me the Magic minus 2.5 at minus 110 on Bet365 for a half unit. Last game, Magic didn't really play that great, in my opinion. They still pulled out the win. They were 8 from 29 from deep. Did not shoot the ball very well. Maxey struggled, and I expect Maxey to struggle a decent amount again because this is a tough matchup against this backcourt for the Orlando Magic and how good they are defensively with Jalen Suggs and these boys. But injuries, nothing new with the Magic. Paul George looks like he will be back for the 76ers. I'm going to be honest, he's been in and out of the lineup. I don't think he's going to just bring a huge spark to this team. And in fact, if he comes out inconsistent, not shooting the ball well, he could actually hurt this team a little bit. You never know. But he scored 13 points combined in 2 straight games. He followed it with a 29 point performance in his last game versus Charlotte. Again, up and down. It doesn't help that he's in and out of the lineup, obviously. But I just don't think he comes back and lights it up with 25 points against an elite defense or anything like that. So, take that for what it is. The line didn't move from last game, even with Paul George coming back. So Magic defense there is elite as it gets when it comes to defending the paint, allowing only 43.5 points in the points per paint in the game. I need to learn how to talk. It's hard. That is the third best in the NBA. They allowed 56 points in the paint last game to the Sixers. I watched a decent amount of that game. They were sloppy. They played better, in my opinion. They allowed Gershon Yabusele, I think is how you pronounce it. They allowed him to score 15 points, lost track of him. I think they tightened it up a little bit. I've seen them play much better games defensively in the paint. They also allow the 6th fewest points in transition. They make teams beat them in the half court, which isn't easy against this defense, obviously. Philly offense, they're average in a lot of categories. I'll just say that. They really are. They're extremely average. They don't have much inside presence right now with Joel Embiid. This is going to be a tough matchup. I expect the Magic to control this game defensively, see one of these slug it out defensive games, and I like the Magic to win and cover as the better team here. So that is my first best bet. All right, the second one takes us out to TD Garden where the Celtics host the Milwaukee Bucks. Celtics minus 7.5 total in this game, 229.5. I just want to let you guys know there's a lot of sports books right now that only have props for like 2 games. So I'm only going to give you 2 official bets as of the night before. I don't want to force anything. More plays will be coming in the morning in the pinned comments, X, and Discord. But after this, I'll also give you a couple leans. So my best bet in this game, it's a player prop. Give me Derek White over 26.5 PRAs at minus 115 on Bet365. I'm going to go half unit. I don't want to force 1 unit plays the night before. I'm going to have a much better read of the slate as more props come out in the morning. But this is my first time betting him this season. So as you can see by this screenshot with OUTLIER, he is over this line in 14 of 21 games. That's 67% of games, averaging 27.81. He's over in 7 of the last 10 games, but he's even better at home. As you can see right here with this screenshot, he's over the line in 9 of 11 games at home, averaging 30.64 PRAs per game. White this season, averaging 9.3 threes attempted per game, and he's shooting 41%, taking 13.5 field goals per game. Porzingis is questionable. Tatum is questionable. That's why, I don't know. I would still bet this for half unit. I like it with both of them in there if we have to. Even in the 3 games with Porzingis, Derek White is still over this in 2 of the 3. If those 2 guys are out, obviously I like this bet even more. But he's averaging 17 rebound plus assist chances per game this season, which I think is plenty enough in this matchup, especially because in this matchup, I've mentioned it many times, guards versus the Bucks is where you want to go. So they are allowing the 7th most points to the shooting guard position, the 3rd most rebounds to shooting guard position, average for assists. This is a team that gives up a lot of looks from 3 because they like to pack the paint and protect the paint and the points in the paint in the restricted area and all that. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. But Derek White has had 24 and 27 PRAs in the 2 games versus Milwaukee this season. The 24, I mean, he had 5 rebound chances. I don't even know what to say. I think it was just unlucky. He averages way more than that. And he also only made 3 of 10 from deep, and he still was right there near the 26.5 we need. So if White gets hot from deep, which he is very capable of, especially at home, I think he should cruise over this line. I like the matchup here. I think we get a somewhat competitive game. I know Middleton's coming back. I don't know what that means exactly for them. He's kind of a shell of himself at this point in his career. And then Tatum and Zinger, if one of those don't play, we could also get a competitive game with Milwaukee playing a little better finally. So I like Derek White over 26.5 PRAs as my second best bet. And now let's check out some leans. All right, like I said, there's not many props out, so I'm just going to give you 2 more bets that I'm just looking at leaning. I haven't bet it yet, so these are not official plays or anything, just something to give you more to talk through. So the first one, Jalen Johnson over 24.5 points plus assists. This line is moving pretty quick. He's been crushing this line over in 14 of 22 games, over in 8 of the last 10, and he's facing a horrendous Lakers defense. Now, will they improve? Maybe at some point. It just has not been pretty. They're a bottom 10 team allowing points to the power forward position. And then Jalen is averaging 10.4 potential assists per game in the last 10. He's just been a machine. Now, a lot of these games he's gone over, it has been pretty tight, right at the 26 mark or something. So take that for what it is. Obviously, Trae Young could always go off at some point and all that. But I do lean the over on Jalen Johnson. Second one, Pacers Bulls under 20 or 246.5. It's kind of a principle thing, to be honest with you. Just like we took the over of 204 because that line was crazy low. You kind of have to take the under. No, you don't have to, but under of 246.5. These two teams play fast. I get that. I know why this total is high, but I think we could possibly get some sluggish offenses. Pacers playing their third game in 4 days. Bulls on the second night of a back-to-back. Pacers have already gone under this line in 78% of games. Now, when you play the Bulls, they obviously make you play at a different pace, and it makes everyone score a few more points with all these more possessions. But the Bulls also missing Kobe White, a big scorer for them, so that should help a little bit with the under. Pacers, they can put out some bad offensive performances. They've been known to do it, especially on the road. It kind of just takes one bad quarter, and you got a chance to cash this because of how high this line is. Again, I have not bet this yet, but it's just something to look into. I just want to kind of give you my 2 cents on it, and maybe you guys like it, or maybe you want to go the other way because of what I say, whatever it is. But under 246.5 in the Pacers Bulls, and Jalen Johnson over 24.5 points plus assists are a couple leans, but added plays will be in the pinned comments on X and on Discord. So thank you guys for watching. Let's have a great Friday. Before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. All right, we're starting out with 2 half-unit plays until more props come out. The first one, Magic -2.5, -110 on Bet365. And then Derek White of the Celtics over 26.5 PRAs at -115 for another half unit. So that's what we got. Again, if you're new to the channel, we don't do NBA videos on the weekends. So if you want our best bets on the weekends, it'll be on the community tab of our YouTube profile page, on Discord, which is completely free, and on X as well. But we will have an NFL player prop video coming out Friday night. So thanks again for the support. Hope everyone has a great Friday and weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.